All right, guys, good evening. It's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and it's another live stream from Ashes of Creation. So it's another live stream review. This one is pretty important, though. This one's going to give us our first sneak peek at the MMORPG. So if you want to see the live stream in its entirety in about the 25-ish, 30 minutes of gameplay, I have the link to that video in the description below. But what I'm splicing right now is what I think are the key clips from the live stream. Going to take about 2 minutes, and they're all just neatly spliced together.
Welcome everybody to our pre-alpha playthrough. I'm
Hi everybody.
Joined by
everyone.
Mr. Jeff Bard.
That's me. Yeah. So hopefully this looks familiar to some people who have been playing our Ashes of Creation Apocalypse product. This is actually kind of a test that we did where we pulled over all of the MMO stuff that we've been working on over to this map to kind of show you guys like how easy it is for us to swap between game modes kind of in our production process.
Right. See, we have a quest here that we're grabbing, discarding Fate's Hand.
Yeah, so right now we, the Empyrean and the Kalar have just entered into an alliance, and this quest is going to kind of run us through some of the agreements and obligations that are a part of that alliance. So we're going to help these guys out. We're going to go deliver a package to a town down the road by the name of Grimsale. So yeah.
Now this area is intended to be a town state.
It's a city, actually.
Is it a city?
Yep, city of Aileron. Yep, that's this is at level 5 right now.
Yeah, so this is, guys, this is just a very early look at some of the Alpha 1 systems that we're putting in place. Obviously, as Jeff said, we're using the Apocalypse level to try to demonstrate to you just how convenient it is for us to really switch on the MMO game mode and put in these, these are some temporary class kits that we have on these characters. This is showing some of the node interface systems, the questing systems, the NPCs as they're present.
Also we've got a little bit of the hybrid system going on here. You'll see us using both tab targeted and action-based skills.
Action
so
attacking.
Far, so good.
There we go. All right, I'm swinging on this guy.
Some melee going on. Okay.
A little mage getting up in there with some staff attacks. I feel like Gandalf at Minas Tirith. So, yeah, so, we're working on getting some action combat integrated with the tab-targeted systems.
I'll kite them back.
Obviously, this is extremely early in that regard. We just began really the action combat testing with Apocalypse. And as we are watching and collecting data from those systems, we'll begin integrating them into the tab targeting systems that are already present in the game. Jeff, I wonder if these guys have a little...
No, it's not part of the routine.
Oh my God, they do! No, do we have a poll? Can I buy a poll from them?
No, this stuff isn't ready for prime time
I need
yet.
the lure, though. Where do we get the
know why
nymph?
we're here.
We need the nymph
We're going to
bait.
continue on down the road.
I'm just going to keep going.
Aww.
All right, guys. So the first thing is you saw the questing interface. I'm going to tell you that this looks way better than it did in Alpha Zero. I think this looks very neat, very clean. The right-hand side of the screen looks very neat, very clean. I imagine that they're going to tweak this font a little bit. They're just getting it laid in now. They'll go for the second pass of aesthetics. But absolutely looking better than what we had in Alpha Zero. So that's what we want to see. Also, I loved the side quest that you ran into during that live stream. Pops it up. They did kind of promise this, that you weren't going to go into town and pick up a lot of quests and then go out into the world. No quest hubs. So you did notice as they were questing, you had to interact with the world in order to pick up this quest. The next thing is the city menu. Now, the big thing about Ashes of Creation is the node system. It really is what all the other systems are based around. And it was really kind of cool to see being able to walk up to a guard, see this. Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of skeptics, you're going to say, well, this could just be calling for a static graphic. All I can ask you to do is trust the fact that in Alpha Zero, we did see the nodes level up several times. They leveled up differently. They leveled up on that cultural influence that you see on the screen. In Alpha Zero, we saw this work both ways for both races. Interesting enough, Steven mentioned the 21 citizens. So that is pretty interesting that we're going to be able to see this. Like I said, he makes note of this value. You're going to see that tax rate there. Remember, the mayor, in this case Steven, can set the tax rate, but that money can only go to the development of the node. The mayor cannot draw that money out. You're also going to see the relations, and this is a huge one, especially for your EVE Online players, or for those of you that are coming from faction versus faction games. This is going to be a node versus node game. It's going to be a citizen versus citizen game. So you see trade agreements, none. Alliance with this metropolis, war with none. Remember, trade is going to be beneficial to your node. Alliances are going to lock you into friendships. You can't attack your allies. You can't flag on them. And war is literally going to mean I'm the nation of Iceria. I'm the city of Iceria. This is the city of Alaran, and I declare war on this city. My citizens are at war with these citizens. The other thing, economic health at 86%. Don't know what it means, but it's nice to see that you'll, as a passerby, be able to get this menu. Troops. We've not heard of this mechanic before, so you'll see that stationed regular troops, advanced troops, and elite troops. Probably something to do with defense, I would imagine, against the horde mode. I would not imagine this would be defense against an attacking city, but it very well could be. It could be mini bosses. There's a lot of speculation that could go in here. We just don't know. I'm going to try to ferret that information out of Steven from the content creator chat. And then finally, freeholds paying fealty. Really going to be kind of cool that you can see how many freeholds are out there in the world that are attached to this particular node, so that you can realize, what can I do? What does this node need? If it only says 5, you could go and look for them. If it says 50, you know that the wilderness is pretty inhabited. Next up, I'm going to say not really a huge thing, because we knew fishing was confirmed. But it was kind of cool that there was just an NPC on the bridge that did the catch of the week. And I like to see the difficulty, the time of day, the bait type really brings in a meaningful fishing experience. Now, you might laugh about that, but there are several players in the Ashes discussion channel who are playing Ashes of Creation to be primary fishermen. It worked really well in Final Fantasy XI. It worked really well in Final Fantasy XIV. I remember doing fishing in WoW. So it is a cool profession if it's done right. And this looks like it's got all the makings of being done right. Just some interesting sound bites, and you guys can see these all through the video. One big one, there is no end game. The game is the game. A lot of people who are used to being led around a theme park, and a theme park game is, you start the game, you go to the left, you go to the first city, or the first village, you move on, you go to the first quest hub, then you get to like your faction base, and then everything you do is like a spoke off of that. That's not a sandbox game. I highly recommend that you talk or read up on EVE Online, because EVE Online, you make the game. And that's really where Steven's driving this, that the game is the game. Did find it interesting that trade agreements, there are no limits, and trade agreements are going to spawn NPC caravans. The caravan system, Steven did give us some information. I covered the little bits we got in other videos. I'm going to go a little bit easy on the caravan questioning. Steven did reveal some stuff, and then it looked like he wasn't ready to discuss that, so I'm not going to press him too much right now. We did get what we needed, the first little steps. And then, interesting enough, you're going to be able to change the color of enemies. I do, again, liken this to EVE Online. Since there's no factions, will I, as a guild leader, the guild leader, the Paradox Guild, be able to make a guild, the Harry Potter Guild? Can I make them red, so my guys instantly see them as enemies of the guild, where they're known for jacking caravans, they're known for killing people? If I can just flag them red, they know that they're a threat. And that's how it is in EVE. You're looking in local, and bam, you see a red jump in the system. You might want to pack up what you're doing. What I want to do is I want to give you my impressions, just my overall opinion on some things. And I'm going to say that this is a huge step in the right direction. Now, I did hear people's complaints that, oh, they said it in the BR map, Well, that doesn't matter because what they did is they showed that they have the ability to do what they want to do. They're using a map that they already have. They're laying stuff into it. And I know some people say, well, you're laying it into a world that you're not going to use. Well, true, but better to build it into a world to see if you get it right. And then it's just copy pasta over to the final build, the final world you want to use. I think this is great because it highlights the MMORPG and how it is developed. Now, you're going to have to do your own research. You're going to have to dig up those Alpha Zero. You are going to have to dig up those Alpha Zero videos from last year around this time. And then you can compare and contrast. What do the assets look like? What do the animations look like? What does the combat look like? Realize the combat that you saw in the video, that is hybrid combat. It is the beginnings of tab and action combat blended together. But most importantly, I think this gives the skeptics something to see so that they can at least see it and have complaints about it. Up until today, it'd been about a year since we really saw the MMORPG. I discount that run through we saw a couple of weeks ago because a lot of people weren't happy with that one. Skeptics, there's nothing that they can say, oh, they're not showing it now. Well, they did show it. Now you get to give your feedback. Now you get to give your complaints. Now you have to hang your argument on something. So bring the argument, bring the discussion. Let's talk about it. Leave comments below on my video. I'll bundle them up. That's what I do. Anyways, that's it, guys. There wasn't a whole lot of spicy in today's questions and answers. And I do understand why, and that's what's going to happen. The last week we got a lot of spicy questions asked, and it led to some clarifications Steven had to do. This week, showed the MMORPG, answered some questions, mostly stuff we already had. You guys want to talk more, shoot me an email or get me on Discord. I'm Jahlon, #8446. I'm on Discord all day long. I'm on the official Ashes of Creation Discord. I stream twice a week, but right now it looks like I'm getting a Patreon patrons push. If I have 10 patrons, then I will add a permanent third show on per week. I'm going to be going for Twitch Partner in 2019. So big thanks to my associate producers, my benefactors, and just the generous donors who help me do giveaways. I'm actually in between giveaways right now, so be on the lookout at my webpage, on my Twitch, and my Twitter for the next giveaway that I'm going to do. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. If I hit the subscription goal for 2018, I'll be giving away $50 in gift cards, $5, $10 gift cards. That's it, guys. It's getting kind of late tonight. I want to get this one out because I know some people, like 8 of you, watch my recaps for as soon as the live streams are done. You guys take care, and I will see you in stream tomorrow.
Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? There's videos up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.